I follow you on Instagram, and I love it. It's a great, a great account to follow if you like Instagram. But you made me laugh. Who is Carl, your ski instructor?
Oh, Carl is my 95-year-old ski instructor that I met in Park City. When I met him, he was 90 when I met him. And then every day we were together, he felt like he was aging a year. And so by the time I left him, he was 98 and a half.
Oh, my goodness.
But he's very spry and agile, as you can tell by the picture. And he's a great skier. So, of course, I was so turned on by that. I like any man who's in charge of me on a mountain. I don't care if they're 106. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
No, I become sexually attracted. I'm like, oh my God, this man is going to protect me. I mean, we've all felt it. And the guys in this room have also felt it, okay?
Congrats on the book. This is your 6th book?
This is my 6th book.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is, Life Will Be the Death of Me. I was reading the blurbs on the back, and Trevor Noah had a nice blurb. Said the Chelsea Handler I know is a take no prisoners activist for the causes and she believes in. And the last line says, hopefully for this blurb she'll let me see the security camera footage of the dogfight in her bedroom.
Yeah.
And I just didn't quite understand what that meant.
Well, there were dogs in my bedroom. It was actual dogs. I had a rescue that I hadn't really slept with yet. Not that way, obviously, but he hadn't spent the night with me. So I just put him upstairs with my 2 other dogs who had been with me for a long time, thinking I was going to keep the new dog. His name was John for the night I had him. And then I woke up. I just figured dogs will be dogs, you know? Like, just let it happen, however it's going to happen. So I went to bed or passed out or blacked out. Who remembers? Anyway, when I woke up, the dogs were on top of each other. My little dog, Tammy, was wrapped around, and she was like a third of the size of this dog, John, and she was wrapped around him like a little anaconda. And I was like, oh, my God. And I was in a bra and underwear, which is how I sleep. And I tried to separate them, and I, like, threw one dog in my closet and another one out the way. You know, it was like Cujo stuff. Like, it was serious. And it's 12:30 in the morning, you know, I'm, like, just coming to, and I'm, like, and half dressed, and then there was blood. And I was like, oh, I was so scared. And when I looked down, when I finally had gotten rid of both of the dogs, I had seen that they had scratched me right next to my nipple, and my bra was off. And I thought, the only way to review this would be with security cameras from my house and a group of people on mushrooms. So that's what we did. And my assistant put Rocky to he put the song Rocky to it. So it's like, dun da 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 da. And I looked like a Courtney Love running around a living room in the middle of the night.
Throwing things back and forth.
Hot mess, yeah. So yeah, I'm not very good at parenting dogs, but I love dogs and I like them to be in my home.
You have a lot of dogs in your life here. There's a couple of photos here of the
That's
dogs.
Chunk. Chunk is deceased, but he was my firstborn, so he's like my first son. And Tammy was a harlot. And so I rescued her, and she just looked like a tramp, so I got her.
These are the 2 new guys you have.
Bert and Bernice. Bert is their sister, brother, chicken chow. I mean, not Chinese chicken salad. That's a salad. Sorry. Chow. They're part chow, part, what's the other part? Rottweiler. So they're brother and sister, and one's a big fat potato, and the other one's just kind of a little bitch. That's the way dogs are. The big ones, the boys want to cuddle and snuggle, and then the girls are just like, you suck.
Yeah. You talk about a lot in this book. One is the phrase pharmacological intuitive.
Yes.
What does that mean? I've never heard that.
I believe that I know what the right prescription for anybody who wants medication or cannabis or alcohol. Like, I can look at a person's personality and say, this is what you need. You need an edible with this much THC versus this much CBD. I know if somebody needs to stop, I know if somebody needs a Xanax versus an Adderall versus a Nuvigil versus, an Ambien. I'm very well versed in the whole arena.
That's amazing.
But I do feel passionately about cannabis. I'm coming out with my own cannabis line, not yet, but in the summer, because I feel like we really have to turn our backs on the opioid and the pharmaceutical industry and really just say screw you to all of them and focus on the things that are growing out of the ground to help us. That's called marijuana. It helps millions of people, and we all need to get on board. So I'm very passionate about that.
Good for you for doing that.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.